Hello, everybody, to the video game podcast. This is actually a new idea I've had for a good while, and I brought my friend Wrath on board, and he seems to like it as well, so we're going to try it out first time in this game of Warframe. We're just going to do survival missions. I should probably turn off voices. Probably a smart idea. Speech volume, yeah, just turn that off completely. We don't need anybody talking. But yeah, so this is the video game podcast, episode 1. We're just gonna try and talk. First things first, though, I do want to say we're not gonna go ahead and start this podcast without introducing ourselves. My name is Yeet. That's my channel. That's who I go by. My friends call me. I don't quite remember where it came from, though. I'm not gonna lie. I think I just kind of took to the Yeet when it became a thing, and that's why. And this right here is my good friend Wrath.
Hello.
So, I guess a little bit you should know about me. I'm pretty chill. I like to enjoy PvE games. I do play PvP, but only if I'm playing with Wrath or some of his buddies. It's really all I do. I'm not too big on PvP, but I will play it. I do find some enjoyment in it. What else? I like Warframe a lot. It's one of my favorite looter shooters I think I've ever played in my life. We have a variety of different games. I currently have an Arc series going on. There we go. That's something I can talk about. I got Arc series going on, and I'm an aspiring YouTuber. Currently, I just started, but hopefully this podcast, like the series I'm doing, will catch on, and I can bring people some joy in life that they may not have. Something I can give back to the world. I guess it's up to you now, Wrath. How are you doing, friend?
I'm doing alright. Same old, same old. Not really been doing much. Just been playing with you at this point. Going to work.
Oof. Make it sound so rough.
Boring.
Alright. So what about you?
Pretty much... I'm not exactly like Yeet. I like playing a bunch of PvE games, mainly with him, because he's way better at PvE than I am. Because I'm a fast-paced winner, and I sometimes need to learn to take it a step back, instead of constantly being rushaholic like I am. I've always been, and because I started off really playing Call of Duty and other games like that, but he's showed me games that I really love, like Warframe and Neverwinter. Showed another side of me that I don't really tend to play much.
I like it, Neverwinter. That's something we could talk about. I love myself some Neverwinter, I'll tell you that.
Pretty much, yeah. I had something off the top of my head, I just forgot.
You don't gotta sound like you're on, like, you don't gotta sound like you're in a business interview, man. Chillax, it's just us.
I am chillaxed.
You sound really tense. You do not sound chillaxed. You sound the complete opposite.
Well,
like
but I'm mainly a PvP player. Play shooting games, I play fighting games. It's just my go-to because I'm a movement-based person. Like video games in general, I like playing them for the movement, seeing how much you can do it. That's why I love Warframe, because you can just fly around a lot.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. I think out of everything I've ever heard, Warframe is one of the best looter shooters purely because of the way the movement works in the game. I've heard that said by so many people who play this game. It's purely the movement that keeps them in this game sometimes. It's just really fun. I agree. I really like it.
But I'm pretty chill for the most part.
Yeah, most part. Wait till you see him play a PvP game.
You don't want to see that part of me.
let's 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 do a video game podcast episode where you play PvP.
We might do one maybe tomorrow or this weekend. We're playing some of the new Modern Warfare, which we will get a little bit onto later and assess the good and the bads of it so far.
Oh yeah, we did just play that like an hour ago.
Yeah,
that was
pretty
fun.
interesting. Yeah, I had a good time. It did bring back. It did give me some vibes. My buddy Qzid, we will probably play with from time to time for some of the vids or the podcasts or whatever. It feels a little bit of a mix of the 2019 Modern Warfare that I love so much. Favorite Call of Duty Black Ops 2, what he was going off of with it. More slower, like the older games, like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, with the gun style of Modern Warfare, which in my opinion they're doing well so far. I just cannot wait to see the rest of the guns and the maps.
Nice. I think currently my favorite weapon is the XM, or not the XM4. That is Cold War. Is the M4. I like it.
You got an Argon over here.
Nice. I can grab that. Yeah, the M4. I enjoy it. It works well. I want to get that pistol blueprint that you had for the what did Kuza call it, the beta blueprint.
Yeah, it literally says the word beta across it.
Huh. I didn't
green.
think they took it that literal.
It's the only weapon, the only pistol right now where it actually has attachments. Everything else doesn't.
Really?
Yeah, that's you can't put any attach. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's mind blowing that they did it the way they did.
Isn't it?
They show you a bunch of weapons and a bunch of guns and attachments, but you can't even use those attachments.
Isn't it also the fully automatic one, not just the single shot? It's the fully auto.
Yeah, it's. Well, they are doing it that way because they show you like. They're showing you the different weapons, but you have to use those first weapons in order to unlock the second variants of it or the different families of it. Like, you won't even in the full game, won't even be able to unlock that until you get the fully automatic in it.
Interesting. So, we're also playing Warframe. What are your thoughts about Warframe? 'Cause personally, in my opinion, one of my favorite PvE games. I don't think I could ever say that I would never come back to this game, because I always leave, but I will always come back to this game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, look at the way we're doing it now. We're, at this point, fresh restarting at this point. Playing with the knowledge of how we played before, while playing playing it on new accounts instead of our more time played accounts on PlayStation.
Yeah, good point.
Oh, that's death.
Then again, I had already left you in the dust by that point.
Yeah, now it's somewhat more accurate.
So where do we go from here? So we talked about Modern Warfare. We talked about how are you doing in life right now, I guess.
Truthfully, I feel like I'm in a loop.
Okay. And how did you get into that loop? I guess would be the right question to continue with.
Not necessarily get into it, I just feel like I'm not going anywhere in life. I feel like I just keep getting back to the same place. Like, I try to save money, but somehow I just end up not having any still. Like, I've cut down on my expenses like crazy. I used to spend thousands of dollars on video games, and I've cut that down to like a minimum of like maybe at most $100 a month at this point. I've spent less than probably in the beginning of the year. I may have spent like maybe like $2,000 to $3,000 total on all types of video games, and now I've only spent like maybe at most of like $200 in the last like 6 months. I don't spend much.
It's not horrible. That's still, I mean, if you're having money problems, that's a lot of money.
Well, that's over in that's all in 6 months, which is not a terrible
Oh,
amount.
in 6 months. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said within the last like 2 months or a
No,
month.
6. That's what I said,
Okay.
about 200 in the last 6, which is not terrible compared to what I used to spend.
I was mesmerized by the green lights on my screen, so I just completely blanked for a second when you said that. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That's not horrible.
Like I'm trying to, like I know it's been a plan of ours ever since we got out of high school, or even when we were in high school, trying to get a place together. And like you have one at the current moment, I would love to move in. I just the money situation at this point, I don't feel like I'd be a burden because some of the times I feel like I wouldn't make enough, or not necessarily make enough, but I'd be too broke to do anything. To be fair.
I mean, I don't see how that would be possible. I mean, what do you currently spend on rent anyway?
That's the thing. Like I don't actually have a set amount. I just feel like it's somewhere close to 500, but that's on rent, and then insurance is another like 200.
Oof. What's the insurance for? Is it the car?
Car insurance,
Oof,
pretty
yeah,
much.
car insurance sucks. Honestly, any insurance sucks. I don't know. I feel like for someone like me, like I'm too cautious of a driver. Like it doesn't mean I don't speed. There are definitely times where I speed and I know I'm speeding, but at the same time it's like I don't
Well, you
speed
can be
recklessly. I
you
like
can be the most cautious driver, and someone can just hit you out of nowhere.
sure, but it wouldn't be of
Like,
my fault, so it's not I'm not the one who
but
has to
if
pay
it
for the damages. If they hit me,
no,
that's
you're
on them.
it's on their insurance to be fairly honest. But if they were to hit you and you don't have insurance, you would still be you would still get in trouble because the damages on your car wouldn't be paid for.
Why? They're the ones that hit me. Isn't that how insurance works? Hold up, do I
No, I'm
not know
saying if
something
you
about insurance right now?
no, I was saying if you didn't have insurance
Right, if you didn't have
and someone
insurance,
else,
why would it not be on them still? They were the ones that hit
because you're
you.
an
It's on
uninsured
their
driver,
insurance.
well, I don't. I think you would still get benefited, but I think it mainly messes up um theirs. I'm not entirely sure. It's very weird.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. But I'm trying. I've been like at this point, like I'm still waiting on because my job goes off ranking. The longer you, not necessarily longer, but the better of a counter you are. Because I work an inventory job, the better counter and the faster and more accurate you get raises, and I'm still waiting on one for this one. But at the end, like by the time this next rank up, if I don't rank up and get my raise, I'm gonna just start looking for another job.
Smart. Well, what job would you go back to?
I wouldn't necessarily go back to. I just do look for.
Because
Because I
like
wouldn't be able to.
I feel like
I,
personally, and I don't want to get too personal here because I know you
I,
I don't know how comfortable you are feeling about this, but I feel like you've worked too many low-end jobs. I feel like you just need to stop doing that. Either look at college or look at like somewhere like the shipyard. Because like if you
I'm
work at
thinking
somewhere
about
like the
it.
shipyard
I'm
where
like
I work,
I have a application right now for an engineer, electrical. I'm just waiting on. I'm waiting on um the reply back whether I'm accepted or not. And that starts out at 15, and you make anywhere up to like 20 by year 5. You get training in classroom, and there's 4 argon crystals just chillaxing over here.
did you say 20 by year 5? What does that mean? Wait, like
$20. It's a 5-year apprentice. It's a 5-year apprentice. You
what?
get
I make $20 right off the bat. They're teaching me how to do my job and they're giving me $20. You're getting $20 after 5 years on the job?
no,
What
no,
kind
no,
of
no, no, no,
bullshit is
no.
that?
Okay, let's look. Okay, so because you're thinking of it this way, you went to school and you didn't get paid while you were in school.
Yes, I
I'm going.
did.
They paid you $20 while you were in school.
Yes, they paid me to teach me so that I could. That's what you're not understanding. I was telling you this the other day. They paid me to learn how to do my job. And then when I got out of my job, they paid me more money for knowing how to do my job.
So you paid for community college for the welding, and even though you were in school, they still paid you for, like.
In welding school? No, that was actually
That's what.
pointless because they taught me in the shipyard.
That's what I was
I
talking
went
about,
to
dude.
welding school, there was no reason to. If I had went straight to the shipyard, I would have just been making money. I wouldn't even have student debts right now.
That's what I was just talking about. You went to school for it.
I went to school, but it was useless. That's what I'm saying. The school I went to, the third-party school I went to, outside of the shipyard, I paid money to. The
Yeah, I know you
school
did. You was a
inside the
community
shipyard,
college.
they paid me money to learn. And they taught me stuff I didn't even learn from the trade school.
Yeah, that's the same way with my apprentice right now. They pay you while you learn and work on site. It's like
But
3 or 4.
5 years before you even start earning $20, I was earning $20 right out the gate.
But after that,
That's
your pay goes up significantly.
how
'Cause then
significantly. That's what I want to
electricians make anywhere between $30 to $50 an hour for experienced electricians.
for experienced electricians. What are you working like? That's the thing I want to know. Like, you're saying this off of experienced electricians. What does a non-experienced electrician make? Because I'm assuming
Out of their
there's a
apprentice for the
threshold
union?
cap for like when you become or when you become an experienced one. Because you said $20 after 5 years. So
That's when you're done with your apprentice in school.
yeah. So how many years before you're not unexperienced but are experienced, and then you can call
I'm not
yourself
entirely
so?
sure. It's the same thing with you with welding. How long until you're classified as an experienced welder?
5 years, and then I'm considered.
Exactly.
And then in my shipyard, then I'm considered a welder. But I get money and I get raises.
Every quarter or whatever.
No,
yeah.
I get raises all the time. Like my experience as a welder has nothing to do with what gives me raises. I get raises for being at work. That's literally it. Once I get like 600 hours, boom, I get a raise. Add 600, an extra 1,200 hours, bam, I get another raise. Like that's how mine works. It has nothing to do with my actual experience at the shipyard. It has to do with if I'm there and I'm working. If I'm
Oh
gaining
no, but that's
hours,
just one of
I
them.
get a
I'm not
raise.
entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure whether I want to do it or not. Still.
Well, I think you need to make your damn mind. I mean, if you're having money problems, man, the last thing you want to do is.
I just need a consistent job. Like, my job right now is nowhere near consistent. Like since I worked at my first job, that was where I made my most. And that was my first job working fast food, and that's the most money I've ever made.
So why not go to the shipyard? That's what I don't get. Like, the shipyard has opportunities, and they pay you, and they give you consistent work. Your job is you go in from 9 to 5. You go in from whatever. You have 3 different shifts to pick from, whichever one you want. And your job is on the weekdays of between hours. There's no, oh, hey, we got to call you in on a week. Like, no. You go in, your 8 hours, you do your 8 hours. If you want overtime and your boss gives it to you, you can get overtime. You do your work. Simple as that. And then you go home. You don't stay over. You get off the job and you leave. I don't see what the problem is. You're getting paid a decent wage. You have benefits as well. You have a lot of benefits right out the gate. Like, it's a stable job too. Like, it's just confusing to me. Like, I've told you many times that the shipyard, as much as people say it's shit, it's really not.
Because I feel like it's just where you're at.
What do you mean if it's where you're at?
Different departments.
No, it has. I feel like you're just.
No, I'm not saying it as a bad thing. I'm just saying it depends on your department of how you work, where you work, what are your conditions of work, rather than the whole shipyard as a company. I'm not trying to dog on it, and it's actually been crossing my mind more often than recent about it.
Well, it should stop crossing your mind and start being a physical thing, because you're what? You're 20 now? You're 20?
Yes, getting ready to turn 21.
Dude, you gotta do something with your life. These minimum wage jobs are not gonna get you anywhere. You're just gonna be at the bottom of the barrel if you don't decide to make a change.
And the bad part about it is my job, you can make some decent money. It's just taking fucking forever.
And that's the thing. If it's going to take forever, you can't wait forever. You don't have forever to wait. You have a life to live. And the only way you're going to live that life is if you tell that job to go fuck itself and you go do what you need to do to get to where you need to be. So that you're living comfortably and not living based off of what other people want you to do because of their work availability and things like that. I mean, I know I've kind of had like a very harsh tone against you during most of this specific part of the conversation, but it's like, I feel like every time we have ever talked about it, you always seem to brush off any idea of go to the shipyard or go find a 9-to-5 job that you can work, because while it may sound like shit and it may feel like shit, it's a job that will at least give you the things you need to live a comfortable life instead of a always on the ropes life.
And I didn't used to be like that, and that's the sad part about.
What?
Like,
is the sad part about a minimum wage job or like a just over minimum wage job?
No, the sad part about it is how much drastically I've changed and how much like. Because I didn't always used to be like that. Like, when I was working my first job, I was pulling in money like crazy. I was making anywhere between 700 to 900 a week. Just like you
That's
generally
like,
what you...
That's like crazy? That's what I
Compared
get
to-
in a 40-hour
compared-
work week. Weren't you working like 80 hours a week just to get that? You're working twice as hard as I was and making the same amount. And like, my job's not even that hard. Like, I don't have to work that hard. Like, I have to work hard, but I don't have to work like that hard. It's just, that doesn't seem right to me.
I'll just have to, like, one of these days go, like, either one, when you refer me or whatever, I'll just go and gotta tell me who I gotta go sit down and talk with and get the a lot more
Just go to their
information.
website and look at the trades. They have all kinds of trades. All you gotta do is be like, hey, this is my name, this is, you know, what I want to go into, do you have an apprenticeship for it or a school for it? If they do, they'll contact you not even a week later. They'll be like, hey, are you available? We'll get you for this date. You come in, you do your orientation, and boom, you're in the school. Then the school teaches you how things work. Honestly, it's super simple. All you gotta do is stick your foot in the door. Don't let them close it on you, because this is an opportunity I've been telling you about for a while now, and you just keep letting the door close in your face. Just go. Just do it. They're not turning down people, I promise you that. They're looking for people. The shipyard is always hiring. It's seriously, it's worth it. Especially considering the way that you're always, you know, you're always hard for money, that kind of thing. It's just, to me, less work for better pay is something that everybody's always trying to do. Am I wrong? Nobody wants to work harder for less pay. So why not let yourself have a break? Work less, get more money.
That's what my whole plan is. That's what I want to do.
Well, then do it. Do it, friend. Take a step in the dark. You know what? You may surprise yourself. I mean, honestly, I think that's a good first segment for the video game podcast. I really like that. I really enjoyed that. I know it's only 20-minute long segment, but still, that was awesome. I think really gives us a good look on who you are as a person, what you're going through. There's ribbon slivers back here. What in the world?
I've gotten like probably like 15 argon crystals.
Yeah, I have a lot of argon crystals too.
I opened one chest and it gave me 4.
Alright, Mr. Wrath. This is your turn to start questioning me, huh? Put me on the pedestal. What you got? Lock and load, sir. Oh, fuck.
So...
Oh, shit. I'm gonna die. Don't do that.
Damn it, I lost my train of thought and I just had it.
Yeah, you said so. I wonder if that helps.
Yeah, no, it
You said
doesn't.
so.
Because as soon as I said the word so, I lost everything. Oh yeah, train of thought. I tend to lose everything in my mind for some reason at one time and then gain it all back and then continue. My storytelling is terrible because I just start and stop, start and stop, start and stop.
You just gotta look at what you want with a clear picture. And just go for it. Don't second guess yourself, just say
God
it.
damn it. God damn it, Kyle.
What did he finally fucking...
Come back, yes.
Does he have an
Well,
update? I'm gonna punch him in the face if he doesn't.
Not entirely sure.
I know I seem to obsess about this, but like, seriously, it's something
You're
I've
not
wanted
obsessed.
to do for a while now.
How much credits do I have? I got, oh god, 80,000 so far? That's the most credits I've seen so far. I am almost max level on everything. I'm just 26 on Taxon, so if we stay here till 30 minutes, I should have everything max.
Alright, I'm trying to figure out how to fucking use Wukong. But,
Oh, you have Wukong right now?
yeah, that's what I've been using. I'm using...
When you drop his clone is really, really good. That clone will use the opposite of what you're using, so if you want to...
I'm using melee, so he's using my rifle. My rifle's
yep.
really good as well.
If you're using ARs, he'll use melee or secondary.
Yeah, he's just kind of in the background, killing off the heavier guys with the good rifle.
His fourth is really good, is that staff.
Yeah, it was pretty weak for me, but I don't think I upgraded it for
you don't have anything on any upgrades. Reach is really good for it.
Yeah.
What are your views on the way society has been so far for this? At least within the last, like, couple months.
Shit. Holy shit. Bringing out the big guns. Oh my god. I don't even know where to start with that. Look, okay. Ooh. Can you guys hear me?
No. You're just dead.
Is this thing on? I just want the
No.
classic, like, mic, like, screech to happen when I tap.
Like this? Is it on?
I don't...
Is it working? I don't think it's working.
No, it's not doing it.
I think you gotta...
Whatever you think
I think you gotta turn it on, bro. It's not working.
What, the mic screech?
Yeah, I was going with your...
Yeah. I get it.
Oh, I just grabbed that dude's soul.
I guess it comes down to what do you mean by society? Because if you're talking about like current events, I don't really keep up with like the politics and things like that. Like all I know is people are calling Joe Biden a zombie. Everybody's talking about how they want Trump back in office. But like if you're talking about like
I'd rather not deal with
YouTube,
politics. I feel like
space. Well, I feel like politics is just something nobody talks about. Like my parents have always instilled in me. Money, politics, and religion are the three things you don't bring up in conversations because it never ends well for anybody because everybody has an opinion. And as you've heard before, the saying, opinions are like assholes and everybody's got one. And sometimes people just don't like the opinions and so they attack you because they don't realize that opinions are something everybody is allowed to have.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
What do you mean by society? What specific part of it are you asking about?
Like how the change has been within the last 5 years. Like how we've not necessarily say evolved, but when we were in high school, the view we had on the world, the view we have on it right now.
So how I saw the world 5 years from now compared to what I see as now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a bad question. I guess let's see. Where was I 5 years ago? I was in high school with you. Was that that would be our sophomore year? Sophomore is your second year in, right?
Well, we've been out of high school. This technically by the end of this year, school year, it'll be 3.
Okay, so then I'd be sophomore, freshman.
Give or take, yes. You'd be in your beginning year of sophomore.
Well, I'd say that I believe that starting a YouTube channel and playing fucking video games all day was the only thing I had from aspirations for life. Which, you know, didn't change too much. I still love to play video games. That's why I'm here making the video game podcast now with my best friend. Overall, I think it just came down to more, I realized that life is simply not as black and white as I like to think that it is. You know, I find it very hard to separate the black and whiteness, especially growing up. It was always rules. If there was a rule, it had to be done the way the rule was set. It couldn't be anything other than what the rule was supposed to be, because that's just how rules were supposed to be. And now I look at it and I'm like, there's gray area. There's spots where sometimes you can't have just black and white, because in the context of what's happening in real world, black and white doesn't exist. You have black, white, and everything you can conceivably think of in between. And everything you conceivably think of outside of those colors. So, I think it more comes down to... I guess we should probably follow Chogo out. It comes down to... I was a naive teenager who thought that I could make the world work for me, and I was the... how do you put it? I was the center of the universe. As long as I was doing what I wanted to do, it didn't matter what happened. You know? I didn't give a shit about anybody else. I was angry at the world. You know? I don't know. I just... I don't even like to think about it back then, because now I look at myself and I've just become this really, I guess, mellow guy. Like, I get angry. I'm still a person with feelings, but like, I don't get angry like I used to. Because when I used to get angry, I got angry, and it was not a good thing. It was destructive anger. It was hatred anger, and being able to walk away from that experience and realize that that was never an okay type of anger, and now I can learn what causes that anger and walk away from it, okay, and never have to turn back to it. You know, uh honestly, I'm happy with where I am in my life right now. You know, money's a bit tight, but that's just kind of because I spend my money like a dumbass. I mean, it's kind of the opposite of you. Like, I spend my money kind of like how you do. You know, I spend it on
You
games.
you spend it. Your view on it is I try to give back to myself rather than, hey, I want this. You said a good either 10% of whatever you make, and that is my gaming money. Whether I go over or whether I go a little bit less and have it save over, or maybe sometimes I'll splurge and spend a little bit more.
Yeah, pretty much. But that still doesn't mean that I won't go over, because I do go over. And it's not fun. I have a bad time. You know, just, what was it, 2 weeks ago, you know, my dumb ass, I had DoorDash, and, you know, I had fucking video games, and I had to spend the last of my money on my cats, because I'd rather have them have food and me starve than them starve and me have food. Because in the end, it was my fault. I caused myself to run out of money, not my cats. When I got cats, I knew that I was gonna have to take care of them. And I do. I love my cats. They're fucking awesome. Like, I could not have asked for a more amazing pair of creatures than the ones that I have currently right now. But it's just interesting because in the perspective of things, I never looked at how easy it is for you to just be like, oh, I make a fair amount of money. Now I can just go ahead and throw it at stuff. And then you realize, well, that's not really how the real world works. You can't just get your money and then spend it all the damn time. Because when you do that, you just set yourself up for failure. But I'm the kind of person that has to fail multiple times doing the same thing and learning the same lesson before I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll finally just go ahead and stop doing that thing. And I do. I do. But I think it's finally, like, once I got to that point, once I realized that that was a point of low, not because I, didn't have the means to get more money, it was because I put myself in that position of having to make that choice in the first place. I just realized that I can't do that to myself or, my animals anymore. It's just not okay. I need to I need to step back, reassess my situation, gather myself, come back at it with a different idea, you know. If punching head on doesn't work, you need to step back and reassess what you're doing. You know, take the fight from a different angle.
Exactly.
And that's currently my struggle right now is basically just that. Just understanding how to live within my means and still satisfy the cravings of, oh, hey, maybe I want some Taco Bell right now, but I don't want to go out and get it, you know? Just being lazy. Like, that's my biggest problem. I'm extremely lazy. I really am. And I have a extremely bad problem. I do. Like, I don't want to leave the house a lot of the times. I only leave the house for work. Unless it's convenient for me to stop somewhere else along the way, like the store after work. I don't go to the store unless I'm like out of food. Absolutely. Or, you know, I have to take my cats to the vet or something like that. It's it all comes down to me not, you know, having the discipline to be like, hey, I just want to go outside to go outside. You know, I'm just very lazy. Unless I have to do this thing, unless this thing must be done for me to be able to continue to live lazy, I'm lazy. And it's honestly, it's unhealthy. And I acknowledge it. And, you know, they say the first step to treating a problem is acknowledging it, but I think the other part that they forget about saying something like that is, sure, you can acknowledge the problem, but just because you acknowledge it doesn't mean you want to fix it. And that's my problem. I can acknowledge that I have a problem, but if it's easier for me to stay lazy, then why fix the problem? And that's where I find myself every day when I realize I'm just being a lazy bastard. I don't really have the money to go ahead and buy myself Taco Bell today, but damn it, I'll do it anyway because I'm too lazy to go out and get the Taco Bell for, you know, maybe half price instead of getting it ordered or, you know, delivered. And it's just, it's hard because I know I'm making the wrong decision and I know that it's not the right decision to make, and I still press the button because it's just easier to do it that way than fight the problem or go find someone who will help me fight the problem. Because if I go find someone help me fuck, if I go find someone who will help me fight the problem, that means I can't be lazy anymore. That means I'm gonna have someone on my ass constantly telling me, hey, stop fucking up. Stop being an idiot. You can't do this. You don't have the means for it, kind of thing.
And see, now that's something when we move in, we'll probably have. That's probably something that's gonna happen. We're gonna be on each other's ass in a good way.
Only if you decide to do that.
Well, I mean, if in a good way, it would be like, hey, what's our monthly expenses looking like? All right, spent this much. Let's try cutting back, which is good for each other, but not like, hey, you're spending too much money and you need to stop spending some money, dude. It's like, it's not good. I feel like it's to a certain point.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, normally when you're living with roommates, you kind of put most of your cash in a pile. You know, like, you put all the cash straight up, you know, this is what we're gonna do. We put all our money in for the month's rent, and once we've hit the month's rent, then we put the money in towards our utilities, and by the time we're done, once we've reached, you know, all the rent, all the utilities, after that, then whatever money is left over is what you keep for your savings, your insurances, you know, that kind of stuff. Because that stuff is, you know, that's personal. That's something that, you know, I could pay your insurance, but how does that help me in any way whatsoever?
Yeah.
You know, because I already have my own insurance to pay. So me paying for my insurance and your insurance doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
But like when we're sharing a house together, you know, we're sharing utilities together, it makes sense for us to put our money towards that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like something where I can go off of and it's help.
Ooh, I got D. What the hell? What
Who is this?
the hell is that?
Gyri. This is the thing I was talking about. It's like a literal death balls.
Oh, gear?
Yeah.
Interesting. I saw. Actually, no. Yeah. Now that I've seen that, I have seen that before. I don't remember how I saw it though. All right.
But yeah.
So
That's just the view on that part of it. Anything
I don't
else
know.
you would like?
Did I answer your question to what you wanted me to answer, or did I kind of like go about it a different way? Because I don't know. I feel like I kind of started to rant.
No, which is good. It's fine. You answered what I was looking for. You answered how society has been, and at this point to you, it's just been like, hey, you need to make this, or not really. You're not gonna really have fun.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Well,
okay.
I have nothing else on my mind. I mean, I do, but I'd rather save it. I save it for another video.
Really? I feel like we. I mean, podcasts normally go for about an hour. We got to get at least an hour of content, my guy.
What are we at? What are we at? 30? I mean, technically, we have time for it.
Well, okay.
Phoebe.
What about me asking you that question? What if I was to reverse the did what you say before basically it was the same idea? Because I don't.
Yes.
I feel like it was the same. Yeah. So let's look at a different question then. I feel like we've gone deep enough into the troubles and hardships of Yeet and Wrath. No one cares about us.
Now let's talk about something funny.
Oh shit.
Phobias.
Phobia? Oh fuck. So actually, the funny thing is, so to be as legit as I can be, earlier today when I was recording my solo video for the Arc Series 2, Arc Series Episode 2, which is out now on my channel, if anybody's watching this and they haven't seen Arc Series. I was on the mountain mining metal, and I was like, you know what, we're going to need crystal for a fabricator, because we're going to have to fabricate suits to get oil. Because we can either get oil through the ice biome, or we can get it through the ocean. And I was like, you know, I always go to the ice biome. I think for this once, I might just end up going to the ocean. And I kind of shuddered for a second. I was like, oh, the ocean. I was like, at least I have my boy Rat to go with me, but still, like, just thinking about the ocean. Oh, I'm getting that weird. I'm getting that weird shiver in my spine.
Is this on our world that we're gonna doing?
Oh yeah, this is on our world. Yeah, this is our Arc server.
Oh, or are you thinking about this, or are you actually playing today?
No, yeah, I was playing today. I made a video, solo one. I just was doing some minor stuff that would help us.
I mean, which is fine.
I got a new Argentavis that was higher level.
Smart, good, because that one we had was bad. It died, didn't it?
Huh?
It died, didn't
it? No. You know what? I'm gonna let you watch it just so you can you can be surprised, because
hey, let's go over
these guys, by the way. Yeah, let's go over them, because yeah, I was not expecting what happened when we, or when I did that video. There was some crazy moments in that video. I mean, it wasn't like super intense. It was just, I was not expecting some of the things that happened to happen, especially so close to our base. It really was like, oh, that's not good. That's not what I want. Yeah, so I have a phobia of the ocean. I like a really, really bad phobia of the ocean. I can't stand it.
I think he's trying to leave. Yeah, he's trying to leave.
Oh. Well, I don't want to leave.
I don't either. I want to stay in maybe another 30 or 25.
Are you Steinax?
Yeah, I'm Steinax because I was like, yeah, we're going to stay in here longer because I'm bringing in a bunch of fresh weapons. So
yeah, then, yeah. I was wondering why I have overshields, because this character doesn't have overshields. Let's come down here then. I think this is a good room. I can put my frost bubble right here.
Except for the electric death trap in the middle.
The death trap can't hit us because... Can it? No, it can't hit us.
It is, because it just hit me.
Did it? Oh, it did. Oh, wow, yeah, that does hurt. Okay.
Ooh, there's a hallway up here. Or little stairs. Like, they gotta all come up from these 2 stairs.
Okay.
We got a bunch of spawn points, and they just gotta come over here.
Where does this go to? Oh, hi, random room. Okay. Weird. Alright, what about your phobias? I got a
Oh,
extremely
you
bad...
have way more than that,
What?
don't you? And I don't think you have a fear of the ocean. You just have a fear of open water.
Isn't that
Deep
what the
open
ocean
water.
is? That's what the ocean
No,
is.
because some people have a phobia of because there's 2 different variants of.
I mean, you're not wrong. Deep... Oh, God, just thinking about
Deep
God,
ocean is what you're afraid of. Deep open water. Because some people
Yes.
have a phobia of the ocean and they don't want to even go in at the beach. They don't
No,
like
okay,
beaches
that
at
doesn't
all.
bother me. Like, if we're talking, like, tropical beach water with, like, coral reefs and, like, fish, I fucking
No,
love that
you
shit.
mean the
That's
open
awesome.
sea.
The open... Oh, dude, if, like, if I was to go in the water, open my eyes, and look directly down, and all I can see is that weird fucking fog that creeps me the fuck out, that bluish, like, hazy fog that the water creates when you go deeper, I would probably shit myself. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that shit creeps me the fuck out. I don't know why it does. I don't know where I got the phobia of it from, but it really fucks me up.
Don't you have a fear of
bad.
spiders?
I do. I mean, spiders aren't that bad for me. You know, they're surprising sometimes. Like, if I, like, have a spider crawling on me, I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, I guess I gotta kill it now. It's like that meme, so you've chosen death.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same idea. I'm just like, so you've chosen death, spider? Alright. This is like, the spider's fine if it doesn't touch me. Once it's touched me, its life is forfeit. I don't give a shit.
I'm gonna add on to mine after you're done with your little segment
If that spider is bigger than a fucking quarter, that shit's dead. Like, if it's tiny and I can put it in a cup and bowl and not feel like it's gonna bolt and try to jump on me, I'm good. Like, I'm chill. The second that motherfucker looks like he's a tarantula trying to run into the corner of the room and, like, climb on the ceiling and stare at me, no, that bitch is dead. I'm sorry, fuck that guy. I don't normally like killing bugs, but fuck spiders. Fuck big spiders. I cannot stand that shit. That's why Conan's so hard to play. I love Conan, but, like, if you like to make light armors, you're kind of fucked because you have to go find silk. Especially for the end game armors, where you have to get layered silk, which means you have to get even more than normal silk. Which all requires you to go fight big, nasty, scary sounding spiders, which just, ugh. And the fact is, it's not just one type. There are actually, like, multiple types. You got the hairy ones, you got the
Black Widows.
Yeah, you got, like, the creepy, like, shiny,
Wolf.
spindly legged ones that just look disgusting, almost like alien in a way. Like, it messes with me. That Conan does. And then you got the fucking giant wolf spider, the boss. That's like just like you thought the
You haven't even.
dude.
You remember that cave, the one where the in game boss, the Spider Queen.
The Spider Queen, what?
Yeah, remember we walked into that bitch and walked in there and that chick she one shot us.
Who?
It's a cave. Yeah, it's the Silverstone cave that I like going into. You get a bunch of coal, bunch of iron, bunch of silverstone.
I don't remember her though. I remember the cave you're talking about. I don't remember her.
She's when you go in there. There's the green wall, like the death wall, is down there, and there's a temple in there. Big door. She's at the bottom of it. She's like one of the end game bosses.
Yeah, I remember. Now that you say that, and now you say the Silver Cave, I do remember her being a part of it. I don't remember what she was.
A giant spider.
Was it? I thought she was like a demon, but yeah.
She was a spider scorpion looking thing. Because it's a scorpion cave down there.
Interesting. I'm surprised I didn't know that. I feel like we should just stay on the ground floor.
I was about to say the same thing because...
Well then what about your phobias then? Because like, I mean, I think it's fucking hilarious because people probably laugh at other people all the time for their phobias. Like, what was that one kid we used to hang out with? The chubby black guy? Back when we were in middle school?
Okay, define chubby. Chubby or
Chunky.
big?
Okay, chunky. He was fairly chunky. he was scared of frogs, like deathly fucking scared of frogs, and I was like, I do not understand what your problem. It's a frog.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, big
it's
dude.
literally a frog. And
We'll
then
call him Big Mike.
I picked
We'll
up
call
a
him Big
fucking
Mike.
frog, and the dude was like, I will gut you with this butterfly knife. I'm like, it's literally a frog. Like, you could chill the fuck out, dude. It's,
Oh, I know who you're talking about. The kid that moved.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was so confused. That man ran like hell when he.
I know.
There's so much.
And for some reason, I felt like he was joking sometimes, but like you could tell that there were times where he was not fucking joking. I was so confused. I was like, what are you scared of? Like, this frog literally could not hurt you if it wanted to hurt you. It's as harmless gets. Like, at least if you're scared, like, I can understand if you're scared of something that does pose a threat. Like, open ocean does pose a threat. Dehydration, exhaustion, you can drown, spiders, you know, they get in places that you don't normally expect, and they can fall on you, they can bite you, and they can cause effect, you know, they can hurt your body in ways that you can't.
Brown recluses, where if you don't get it treated,
if you don't get it treated, your fucking flesh starts to literally wither away like you're a dead body. It's there's legitimate danger there. Whereas like a frog, like the frogs we have around here, we have like either the camoed tree frogs, or not even the camo, they're just like green tree frogs. And then we have the brown toads, which neither one of them are harmful. They're both actually scared of us because they like to hide and they don't like anything to do with us. So to me, I'm like, I legitimately cannot understand any reason as to why you'd be scared of a creature that actually is scared of you far more than you were scared of it. Which I guess is the same argument that people make for spiders. You know, spiders are more scared of you than, you know, that's why they attack you, because that's their only other way of getting away besides running. I don't know, just, it always, you know, always made me laugh, but always made me extremely confused when he was like, you know, I'm gonna kill your ass if you fucking walk over here with that frog. You know, I'll kill you for a frog. I'm like, I do not understand what your deal is. But, I mean, the same thing can be said to me, you know. Why am I scared of spiders? Why am I scared of the ocean? You know, people can laugh about that. I mean, that's the point of phobias, though. They're supposed to be extremely irrational fears. They're not supposed to make sense.
Like fear of clowns.
Yeah. I mean, clowns were always supposed to be funny.
Girl from high school, that was hilarious. A girl from high school I used to hang out with. You remember her so much.
Who?
Chick from high school, 10th, and the girl I was always walking around with for the main one.
For the main one?
I mean, screw it, I'll say the name. Remember Haley?
Oh. Oh, yeah. I mean,
ironic,
if you're not saying the last names, I don't know why it would really matter.
That is true.
Like, nobody even knows where we are or who we are, so it's like, one name is not gonna affect anything. Like, I don't.
Well, she had a fear of clowns, and it was very funny because at the time before I even learned that she had a fear of clowns, and the very first, not the first one, but the remake for It trailer came out, and I was looking at that, and I don't like scary movies because they're cheap and they're jump scares.
I was about to say, didn't you go and watch it with her?
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that.
Now it's all coming back. Oh shit! All right.
I'm getting to that. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the funny part about it. Cause I was like, shoot, I'm gonna go see this movie. It looks awesome. And we were getting to know each other more and more. And I was like, hey, you want to go to the movie? She was like, yeah, sure. I said, this new It movie is really good. And she said, no, I hate clowns. I'm terrified of clowns. I was like, terrified of clowns? I was like, bet, you have to go to it now. We have to. So we end up actually going, and that movie was hilarious. There was like one scene that truly freaked me out, which was the scene.
Wasn't the blood puddle you said where he like raised out of it slowly?
Oh, that shit was so terrifying. I was like, bro, that is the creepiest.
Like the one part that really got you.
Yeah, because everything else was just jump scares, and that one, it's when Billy was going down the stairs because he seen his brother. After his brother was already eaten by the clown. Yeah. And he goes down and he sees his brother, and it's all wet down there, like it's flooded down there.
Yep, res me. The gas is killing me.
he
My bad.
after he was in the water, he'd seen his brother and he was kept saying you'll float too. He just kept saying it over and over and again. And I'm like, oh, this is right. And then all of a sudden, you've seen the eyeballs poke out of the water and just slowly raise. It got quiet, and then he just bolted towards you. That was the most.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Fuck
and
that.
like screamed while doing it. I was like, that is the most. Come on, Toxin, go away.
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
But yeah, that was like the most terrifying part of that entire movie.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Was just the fact that they just creepily went up. The second movie was eh. It was a good movie, but the scariness of it was lackluster in my opinion.
That's my problem. I don't like horror in general because shit,
I don't
just hit
either.
my
I
mic.
don't.
The
I
way
love
horror
comedies.
is nowadays it's just oh shit.
Ooh, that guy just destroyed me.
Horror these days
Toxin.
is just
You're gonna get destroyed by him if you stand right up to me.
horror these days is just really
I'm
shitty. Yeah, I know I'm trying to get to you. It's really shitty jump scares. Like, if you can get somebody... And the problem is, I find jump scares cheap, annoying, and complete dog shit. Like, if you scare me with a jump scare, then you obviously cannot be scary enough legitimately. Because jump scares are just really bad.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
That's what I was trying to do. I didn't realize you were staying up there. I could try to freeze everybody up here. Oh shit. Nope, I'm just dead.
Alright, we'll just go up. Run as fast as possible. But yeah. But to my phobias.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Uh,
I don't really know what your phobias are. I don't think you've ever said anything about them.
Because I don't have many, I just have the common ones. Like, I have a fear of falling.
Oh, yeah, I got that one too.
And I just...
It's not really a phobia. It's a very
well,
rational
phobia of
fear to
heights.
have.
A phobia of heights,
Like,
is
no-
technically what it's...
Nobody wants to fall. I mean, the fear of heights is something that's really weird to me because, like, I don't know how they made a phobia out of it.
It's
Like
just fear of heights. But I don't have a problem with heights. I don't mind being up high. It's just the fear of falling. Looking down is what hurts. So what's... Because I just... When I look down, I just imagine myself just falling straight down.
Right.
Which is my major problem with it. Other than that, I mean, and the ironic part about it is I didn't necessarily conquer it, but I did something mind-blowing. Not necessarily, no, I couldn't even call it mind-blowing. To some people it is with the fear of heights like crazy, would never do it, and can't even get on a roller coaster. But I just recently went skydiving, which was a very fun experience.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, it was fun. Definitely want to take you one time, dude. It's so fun.
I don't want to be strapped to another guy. That sounds gay.
Trust me, if you get past that part, you just do it once with me, man. It's a blast.
I mean, I know
Definitely
you're gay.
want to go higher up.
I know you're gay, but I'm not.
Shut the fuck up. No, I'm not. Nah, but once you get, but once you get past that
oh my god,
first
dude.
hurdle,
Yeah.
it's another it's another thing in my opinion. It was very mind blowing to me. It was fun. I had a great time.
Well, that's good. I mean, there's no point in trying some. Oh, no, there is a point. Let me rephrase that because that's not. I do not want to give the wrong message. There's
jumping
always...
off something that's high in the air is always.
I don't know what this song is, but whatever. I'm gonna go with it. Yeah, it's always worth going for something, you know. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. I'm just trying to make it sound like I'm paying attention, because, like, I was looking at something else. Fuck. Alright, what did you say? Because that just made me sound like a complete fucking dumbass. What were you saying? I'm sorry. I'm such a bad friend.
God damn it. I lost my train of fucking thought.
It's the same thing that happened
bitch.
to me. Oh my god.
You bitch. I lost my train of...
Alright, I say we do one more mission. We'll do 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I think we can fit that in. That'll be a good episode. And I can basically just pick this up and send it straight into, yeah, I'm just gonna put this in YouTube and that'll be the podcast. It doesn't need editing. It's the point of podcasts.
Yeah, because they're normally like Joe Rogan's is live. He does his live.
Yeah, it's just a stream. Unless you're doing, very specific types of podcasts, like story podcasts, where editing kind of immerses you into it.
Helps.
Yeah. So I say let's do an easier one. We'll do some Circe, do some Gabby.
Can we do one with neurorods?
Neurorods.
Neurods.
Neurodes? Okay,
Yes,
yeah, I
please.
know where to get those. I need to go to Earth.
Because I need a bunch of those in order to craft, and I'd rather not have all this, my 25 argon crystals go to waste before I use any of them.
Dude, whoa, wait. Do we need to go to Earth? Hold up. Come on. To Mercury. Oh. I'm over here trying to figure out. Where do you get neurodes? Is it really only Earth?
Alright, now I won't get immediately murked by
those
toxic I won't get murked by those toxic ancients anymore. I now want my health up at 620, so...
Assassination, defense...
My shields are 550 now. 550 and efficiency have bumped up now.
Alright, well we can do this defense here.
Fine by me. I'll level up my Boltor and my other 2 weapons that three weapons that I'm working on.
Yo.
God, what were we talking about now?
You were talking about your phobias, and then you said,
I was talking about skydiving.
Yeah,
it was
you
fun.
said you're scared of falling. You said skydiving. You said I would go with you. I mean, yeah, if you brought me, I would go.
I definitely one time we're gonna have to go do that. But I just thought of an idea for another podcast. We'll have to get into it, which is really good. Like a couple ways we can go into that. But
Ooh, I like this layout. I've never seen this before.
Yes, we have, dude. I did this when I had Chroma.
What?
Yes, this is the exact room I had when I did Chroma time. When I was just using Chroma and was learning him. No, but my other, not necessarily a phobia, but just something. You have Octavia. But another thing that I
nice beats in the background, bro.
But just something that just, like you when you look at deep water or spiders, ants. They just freak me out. Like I have like a get off me, like a chilling type of vibe. Like I'm not scared of them. They just creep me out.
They just creep you out. I get it. They just creep you out, dude.
And I have a story when I was living at my old house near you for many years. We used to, when I had my cousins over and we put my basketball hoop next to my trampoline. When I first moved it, because it was sitting down laying near the ground, I picked it up, didn't even think about it, was moving it over, let go and looked at my hand, and my hand was completely black, full of ants, and I freaked the fuck out. It was
damn.
like, oh my god. Like it'd been sitting on an ant hill and ants had let that place be its home. That's how bad it was. But it just, ugh. Pretty much is where I see that part. I don't necessarily have any other phobias besides the part that I can think of. I mean, I don't like spiders. I don't necessarily afraid of them. I just don't like them. I just don't like bugs in general. Like, bugs are literally my worst. But technically, I guess I have a phobia of bugs in general, if you want to call it that way. Will you call it that way? Technically a phobia of bugs?
Is it irrational? That's what a phobia is. It's an irrational. To me, it sounds like you rationalized that you were covered in bugs. Sounds rational to me.
Well, I don't necessarily have too many phobias besides just the height part.
Well, not everybody has to have a phobia. It makes you unique.
I realized that Cryopod has 12. Well, on that note, on phobias, anything else you would like to talk about for the rest of this?
Who are you playing as?
I'm staying at Stynex.
Oh, I thought you were Frost for a second. I don't think so.
Good ending to it.
I'm trying to think. I mean, we are on wave 4, so it's probably, yeah, good to just end it off right about here. Go ahead and
gameplay.
Beat up the rest of this. Well, I mean, it's Warframe. You can't really get bad gameplay because it's just background gameplay. It just happens. That's why I turned the volume down to like 5%. And I'm just able to game it out, you know? Go ahead and die, please. Yeah, I need you to die, thank you. Octavia over here popping her chill beats, you know?
Bob my head back and forth.
If you crouch to the rings on the ground, you go invisible like I am.
What?
Yeah, you can give yourself invisibility with my music.
Like, can they see you?
No, they can't. You're invisible.
Then why are they running at you?
They're running at the cryopod. We're standing right next to it.
I'm not going invisible.
You gotta match it with the rings that are surrounding you. You see, you gotta try and hit the key at the time that those rings are. And if you look up in your top corner, there's a timer. You see how that timer is going on? I don't know what that timer is specifically, but that timer just it will increase with more buffs. Depending on how good you are at basically dancing to the music. And by crouch spamming. Crouch spamming is how you dance.
Oh, we're gonna start. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was wave 5. We just wanted to end the podcast. I just wanted to make sure you got all your thoughts out about your phobias. I didn't realize it was gonna be that short.
Nanospores. That's a bunch of nanospores. That's a good map for us getting nanospores.
This is a good map to get nanospores.
And mutagen samples, because I know you need those for those injectors.
for 48 hours, you get 20% off your next platinum purchase. Claim.
I just got Magistar. Well, it is yours, so you can currently end it off. So.
It's mine. What's mine?
What's going on yours? I mean, I'll have I'll have it on mine too, but.
All right, let me do this ASMR exit. All right, everybody. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, go check out...
Back on the fucking face.
Oh, god damn it. Alright, I'm gonna stop. While you're at it, go ahead and check out Wrath's channel. It's just Wrath.
Don't.
No, check out his channel. It's Wrath. He doesn't have any videos up there, but...
Not yet.
I'm sure he'll
currently
fix
waiting
it.
on... Oh, trust me, I'm gonna edit you'll see like 15 at one point.
I'm hoping, because like I started, dude.
Oh, I have a bunch. Oh, I'm waiting on my stuff because I'm...
The problem is like, and this is a good topic for next episode that we do. Our ability, at least my ability, to realize that it doesn't fucking matter what we put up here. As long as we put up what we are, who we are, how we feel.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna go places. I have a good feeling about YouTube. I feel like I just need to connect. But once I get that down, we're golden. We're golden. Alright, everybody. Thanks for listening to the video game podcast. I've been Yeet Meister.
With death.
And you've been
death. Wrath signing out, sir.
Okay, well, you just straight up fucked it up. Alright. Adios, friends. I'll see you guys later in the
Peace.
next video game podcast episode. Bye-bye.